Alrighty, so today I want to talk about opening and closing doors. And I'll start off first with how I use that terminology around horses. So when we want a horse to do something, if we close the door, in essence, we're closing passage. And then we're opening a door and giving passage. So the concept is we want them to choose the open passage. And so as an example, when you want your horse to side pass, and maybe you want it to side pass to the right, so your left leg is going to close the door as it slowly goes up alongside the horse. Now, the more pressure that you put with that leg is the firmer you're closing that door or closing passage that way. And of course, as you close the door, you also need to be opening a door. So the two have to work simultaneously. And so that's how we get them to do the things that we want. And it can be extremely subtle. And a lot of the liberty techniques that you use as well use opening and closing door kind of technology, because you're using your body to communicate in such a way that it says this door is open and that door is closed. And very, very effective. But now I want to bring it around to the people thing. So when people open and close doors. So quite often, when we open and close doors, we may not be fully aware that we're closing a door. And then we wonder why we're not getting what it is that we need in our life, and why it doesn't come to us. And we look around and everyone else seems to have it. So why am I not content? Why do I not have this? And so often it's because we've shut a door and we just weren't aware that door got shut. And so when we're morphing or changing or trying something new on for size, it's not always comfortable and it's not always familiar. And with that, we have to kind of come to understand our subconscious brain is highly engaged in trying to keep us safe and protect us. And so it shuts the door because feeling uncomfortable isn't what we're supposed to be feeling if you look at like a herd kind of mentality. And we may not even be aware that door is shut. And to give a really simplistic example here, so you are served, I don't know, let's just say scalloped potatoes. But somewhere along the lines, you ate scalloped potatoes and you did not like scalloped potatoes. So now as soon as you see scalloped potatoes, you already have a distaste and you already have the idea that you don't like these. When in reality, you may not have liked the way you had them, the way they were prepared. Maybe this way is different. But because we've shut that door, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to discover whether it's because of how it was prepared or it's actually, I don't like potatoes cooked in milk. End of story. And so we do this with all sorts of things. And by the time we're mid-age, and as we start getting even further up in the chart, we have unknowingly closed many, many doors. And we have really no idea that we've done this. All we know is that we want more from life. And now we're lost at trying to figure out how to get it and where life stopped being fun. And so, I guess in essence, that's why I spend quite a bit of time in my Partner Up program teaching about the subconscious mind. Because in my journey, for me to have the best life I could possibly have, I had no idea about the subconscious brain, how it worked, why it worked, how powerful it was, and how it's in play 24/7. And yeah, and in many ways it's such a roadblock. So yeah. So I want you to go and I want you to thinking about all of the places where you may have closed the door that prevent you from having the opportunity to maybe enjoy that something. And as in my example, maybe it's the scalloped potatoes, but it could be a multitude of things. And so if you start thinking back to all of the things that you say no to, and you start asking yourself, why do I say no to those? Then you might start to uncover things that don't add up and don't make sense. And so now you're on the right path, because now you can start to question what your subconscious just laid down as absolute truth. And you can start to work with that and start opening those doors so you can have those experiences. And so, of course, if you've ever closed the door and then it's come back at some time and you've been kind of caught off guard realizing that you were the one that shut that door, let's hear about it in the comments, because I'm kind of curious to see how other people have made out when they've closed the door. And so till next time.